David Viscott, and welcome. It's Saturday night, and it's leap year day. This is the extra day. You don't have anything to do better to do with it. You might as well spend it with me. This is an interesting night, I can tell you, because talking back with all the screeners backstage, I have not seen so much confusion trying to figure out which call to set first, because there's just so much interesting stuff. Have you noticed that there is more stuff coming in?
Well, sure. Some nights we have like theme nights, and the calls are the same, but not tonight, I don't think.
No theme. It's well,
no theme.
Maybe there is a
everything.
theme. This has been a strange week from that. Maybe because let's see. I see we have Pam, who's 39, and hasn't had sex drive for 5 years. And then we got Scott here, who's fascinated with transvestite lifestyle. Do you know whether he's a transvestite?
Well, we'll let you talk to him.
Okay, so who's first?
Okay, we have Bob. He's on line B, and he has some concerns he wants to talk about.
Bob?
Yes.
Hi, Bob. How old are you?
26.
26? Yes. What's up?
Well, I'm just in amazement. I got through to you. I've been trying for several weeks. Basically, I'm 26.
Congratulations.
Thanks. It's been trying. Basically, I'm 26. I moved out from the East Coast approximately 2 years ago. My whole life, I was straight. I guess I still consider myself straight. I have a girlfriend and all that. But I guess what has happened dramatically in my life in the last month is, sorry, I'm a little scared. Basically, what's happened is at work, sometimes I work with a lot of people, and I've been attracted to this one man, and I didn't really know what to do about it, so I took this course at a local community college, a psychology class, and I was telling my mother about it, and my mother and I are real close. Basically, when I told my mother the feelings I was having, she kind of laid some news on me, telling me that my father is gay or bisexual, and that they're just waiting for my younger sister to get old enough to graduate high school so he can go live his alternate life. And basically that's it. And I don't know what to do with my feelings. I don't know what to do with the feelings towards my father.
What feelings do you have towards your father?
I love my dad.
I'm sure.
I always respected him. But in the same sense, when I was learning or trying to figure out what to do with the feelings I'm having, some of it, obviously, you think negative things due to the fact that, although some people still think it's a type of perversion. And now I see those things in my father. And let alone, now I look in the mirror and see them in myself.
Perversion?
Well, out of normal, not normal. Do you know what I'm saying?
Of course I know what you're saying. The question is, are you gay?
That's what I called you for.
Well, I know, but I'm asking what you think. You said you're straight and you got a girlfriend.
Correct. And then that's the third trouble is I don't know what to tell her.
Wait a second. When you found yourself recently attracted to a man at work, what were the feelings that you had?
That I wanted to, it wasn't like I just wanted...
Finish the sentence. That you wanted to...
Just be with him a lot, talk to him. I enjoyed his company. I couldn't stop being away from him. I enjoyed his companionship more than I've ever enjoyed anyone else's.
And why?
I don't know. He listened to me, and I started having more feelings about him.
Like what?
I quit thinking about my girlfriend, and I started thinking about him all the time.
But how?
Well, obviously how.
Well, tell me how.
It's hard to say. In a physical way. I would go to bed at night thinking about it.
And what did you want to do? Hold him?
I'm sorry?
You wanted to hold him?
Just be with him. Whatever it took. Whatever. I would think up excuses just to go see him.
Okay.
Because he would work different days sometimes.
So you're infatuated with him?
Well, yeah, I guess that's a good word for it.
But
yeah.
That happens. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're gay. You can have those warm feelings about another man, and very often when you have those feelings for someone who accepts you and is close to you and listens to you, very often you can sexualize them.
Uh-huh.
But sexualizing feelings is something one does when one feels close, because it's, you know, when you naturally want to be close to someone,
Mm-hmm.
a sexual feeling doesn't seem out of place. It bonds it. Now, if it's not what you want to do, and it's not.
Well, that's just it. I'm not sure if I don't want to.
Well, I know.
I may want to.
I know, but that
I
doesn't mean you
have a lot
have.
of thoughts about him.
But doesn't mean you have to act on them. You can actually love him and not have to have sex with him.
Mhm.
Are you thinking that perhaps because your father has this problem that it's passed on?
I don't know. I don't know if maybe something in my childhood that he did caused this.
What are you remembering?
Just my father and I were very, very close. There was a lot of exchange of closeness in my family.
Okay, that doesn't produce homosexuality.
I'm just worried about because in my psychology class, there's things that happen to you before you can remember them, and I'm wondering if he did any of those things that caused me to feel this way. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Of course, but do you think it happened? Do you have a suspicion? Or what do you feel like in your father's presence? Do you get tight?
Well, now I do. I haven't seen him. I've only talked to him since then.
You get tight because of what? Because you suspect, or tight because you're afraid of your own feelings?
Mm-hmm.
Your own feelings, right?
Correct.
Okay. Did you ever get tight or frightened around your dad when he touched you?
No.
Okay.
Of course.
That's
Who does?
well, people who are molested often do, and they pull away. Your body has a memory all its own.
Mm-hmm.
You can remember a touch, even though you may not integrate that memory.
Mm-hmm.
I have people who have recalled discovering a parent in bed dead,
Mm-hmm.
and with no feeling at all attached to it, and then when they remembered touching the person and the person being cold, the whole memory came back. So touch seems to have another sensory way of reaching us, the way our memory of smell does. You know what I mean?
Part of the problem may be is I haven't touched him since they still live back east.
Well, maybe.
What happens when I go see him in the next week?
He's your dad, and you love him.
And what do I tell him? Father, I'm in love with a nice Irish band.
Well, what you do is you can talk to your father and be open with him. Do you love this girlfriend?
Do I love my girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very much.
And
But it's what can I say? Can I be frank here?
absolutely.
The feelings the things that I've wanted to do with her are now with this other person.
Uh-huh. Well,
I'm looking for you for an answer, I guess. I'm sorry.
but it's a fantasy right now.
Mm-hmm.
And in some way, you know, it's difficult to sort this out in a short moment. But one of the things you may be doing is finding this relationship a replacement of your relationship with your dad in some way.
Mm-hmm.
In some way, you may feel as if you've lost your father. I would talk to your dad on the phone and tell him that since you've heard about this, you've been a little confused and a little anxious. And let him talk to you. He understands the situation pretty well by now.
Okay.
And he's a person who can understand and take away some of the onus of having these feelings. And, you know, I think what you need to do is make the assumption that you're not gay. Make the assumption that you're sexualizing the relationship.
What do I do about these feelings for Jim?
Experience them, but don't act them out. You're not sure. Don't act on them. Is he gay?
I think so.
Well, there's no need to move now, is there?
Well, that's just it. Now my my worries are that he will discover that obviously I like him. And,
he already knows that.
And what if he makes
You just say, I'm not sure now, I'm not ready for this, and you have to move real slow with me because I don't know what it is I feel.
Okay.
And you need to speak to your father because that's the primary source of some of this confusion. And in speaking to your dad, I think you'll resolve a lot of this and make your feelings more clarified. And when you do that, I think you'll know what direction to go in. But don't worry about it. You'll do the right thing.
Well, that was pretty perceptive how you linked his father with the transferring of the feelings. Would that be common to do that?
Well, it's always common when you have a relationship that you're uncertain about, to take the feelings from that uncertain relationship and to put them in another relationship, even if the other relationship is also confusing. It's just a way of dealing with it in a safer area. So this needs a lot of sorting out. This is something he cannot do by himself. But starting with the father is the first place to go, because his dad will understand.